Hi everyone, I'm Noelle, and this is the Intentional Pregnancy Project. This week we're talking about timing for planning and starting a family. Now I've had a lot of people talk to me and tell me, the last year as I've just got married, and people would say, oh, you should definitely wait a few years. Some people say you should wait 2 years. Some people would say, you definitely need to wait till you're 30 because the 30s are the best times to have kids. A couple people said that you should wait 4 or 5 years into your marriage. At first, when people would tell me that I should be 30 or I should wait 5 years into my marriage or whatever before I had kids, I used to take it really personally. And then I found out and realized that they weren't necessarily telling me that I should wait that long, or looking at my relationship and saying, oh, you're not ready, you should wait. They were telling me their story. They were telling me either what they did or what they wish they would have done. And once I realized that, it kind of became more of something that I could say, oh, okay, I'll think about that, or I'll take that into consideration, and thank you for your input, and just move on. It didn't affect me so deeply anymore because I knew what I wanted and what was right for me, and I understood that that was their story. And for every single couple, they have their story. Everybody's unique. Everybody has a right time. Science has found, in general, that kind of the general reproductive age for women is between 20 and 38. A pregnancy.org article, which I'll link below, listed 20 to 27 as your peak fertility years, with a slight decrease after 27, and then another slight decrease after 35, and the biggest decrease after 45. Now, of course, that's just the biology, and that is kind of the general biology does vary from person to person, but there's also the cultural and the social things that we have to think about. Personally, for my husband and I, before marriage, we had talked about it, and we had decided that probably somewhere around 2 years into our marriage, we would like to maybe start trying. But very early on in our marriage, I got really bad baby fever, and so we discussed it again and again, and we talked about how our finances were and kind of figured it wouldn't really work out for us to live off of just his income at this time. So I kind of had to work outside the home a little bit, and I looked at my job situation, and I don't really care for that much for a career outside the home. I really do. Personally, I desire to be a stay-at-home mom, and also work-at-home mom doing my own little writing thing. And this is what I want to do. I want to homeschool my kids, and I want to be a homemaker. That's what I personally want to do. There is no right or wrong thing here. That's just what I aspire to do. We looked at our home. We live in a very small home. But we're okay with that. That's an okay thing for us. And we also looked at kind of our mental and emotional readiness and our relationship readiness, and we said, at least a year, and then probably in the end we will probably stick to about the 2 years. And that's just what works for us. I really want to be a mom, and I want to be at home. And we kind of came to the point where we had to figure out how to make that possible before we intentionally try to have a family. So we kind of made some action steps. We need to get our finances in order. We need to make sure that our relationship is solid and that I am physically healthy. And I will talk about my health a little bit later in some future videos. So when it comes to this of timing, this issue of timing, what's your story? When did you have kids, or when do you want to have kids or hope that you will have them? Please leave that in the comments below, and we will see you next week with a really cool giveaway. You will want to know about this. See you next week. Bye.